Is MS hereditary? Not in the way we've been led to believe. How did this happen? And am I going to pass it down to my kids? And in this video, I'm going to break it down. I'm going to tell you the traditional medical explanation. I'm going to share my personal view based on the Epstein-Barr virus. And I'm going to bring in a perspective that you may not have heard before. So let's get into it. According to the medical industry, MS is not directly hereditary, meaning it isn't passed from parent to child the way blue eyes or blood type might be. But researchers agree that genetics do or can play a role. If you have a close relative with MS, your chances of developing the condition are slightly higher, but not guaranteed. In fact, even identical twins don't always get MS, which shows there's more at play than just genetics. And this is where I want to shift your lens a little bit. From what I've seen personally and through working with my clients, I believe that the key trigger behind MS is not a faulty gene, but a chronic viral infection, the Epstein-Barr virus. And here's where it gets a little interesting. EBV can be passed from mother to child, not through genetics, but actually physically, through the birth canal, even in utero. So now you're going, oh crap, now what? Don't worry about it. In families where there are multiple people who have MS, what may be passed down isn't a broken immune system. It's just the viral load. It's a toxic internal environment that the virus thrives in and can live in and can cause symptoms. The environment a child is born into, nutritionally, emotionally, physically, all these things can influence whether or not symptoms even show up in their life. So let's add another perspective. Here's something you might not have heard. The medical medium teaches us that MS is not hereditary, but the belief that it's hereditary causes fear. And now science has proven that fear weakens the immune system. So he says what's really passed down are just the viruses, the heavy metals, and the emotional patterns that keep the body in fight or flight and unable to fight the virus. So again, it's not the genes. It's the terrain the body inherits and the pathogens that take advantage of it. I have seen this play out over and over again. People who grew up in high-stress environments with poor diets, long-standing infections, they often have similar symptoms, whether they have a family history of MS or not. So is MS hereditary? Well, from the mainstream perspective, there may be a genetic predisposition, but that's not a guarantee. What's being passed down is the virus and the environment, not the disease itself. So here, think of it like this. If you inherit some furniture, how you arrange the room, how clean you keep the furniture, who you invite to sit on that furniture, that determines what kind of life unfolds there. Just because that furniture came from a dirty house and terrible people sat on it and the life that was lived in that house is terrible, doesn't mean that if you take that furniture in, you're going to have that same experience. No, you can clean the furniture. You get to decide who sits on the furniture. You get to decide what room it's placed in. That's how it works. And here's some good news. You're not doomed by your family history, whether we're talking about the virus or we're talking about generational trauma. You are always in control. You always have choices. The only thing is you have to be able to see. Somebody has to actually show you what's going on inside your body or inside your subconscious mind for you to become aware of it so that you do have choices and that you can change some things. Even if you were exposed to EBV at birth or passed it on without knowing, you can absolutely do something about it, reduce its power, and heal the symptoms. Because when you stop feeding the virus and you start supporting your immune system, that's when you change the story moving forward. That's when you begin to see real healing inside and out. This isn't about blaming your parents or fearing for your kids' health. It's about breaking the cycles and understanding what's really going on. There's nothing wrong with your body. Your body's not attacking itself. It's attacking a virus. And once you know that, then you have options. Then you have things you can do about it. You can't fix something if you can't see it. Is MS hereditary? Not in the way we've been led to believe. What's passed down isn't the disease, it's the opportunity to heal differently. Think about that. What has been passed down isn't the disease, it's the opportunity to heal differently. So if this opened your eyes in any way or gave you a new perspective, please let me know in the comments, share your thoughts. And if you want to learn more about how to reduce the viral load and create a healing environment, check out my other videos or reach out to me. Book a discovery call on mindingyoursoul.com. There's also a free download in the notes, Healing MS, the EBV Connection. Learn about the virus, learn about the symptoms, and learn what you can do about it, and also learn how you can start to rewire your minds so that you're not following the generational trauma patterns that have been passed down to you. You always have choices. You can always change. You can always heal. I did. So have my clients, and so can you. So you have more power than you've been told, and it's never too late to change what runs you, what runs in your family. You can heal. All right, everyone. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.